Palworld is the hottest survival game to hit the market since Valheim, and I'm here to help new players with your first 10 levels. I'm going to break this up in increments of 5, so here we go. Before you start designing your base, you will need a flat location that provides a lot of space. I've marked a few spots for you that would make a great location for your main base. For those of you who want to be on one of the other starter islands, when you load in, just press escape and click respawn, and pick one of the other starter islands. Once you found your spot, you'll need to build a PAL box, which is the center of your base. You can place it and see the perimeter of your base before you even build it. Now that you've built your PAL box, it's time to actually build your base. You can build something efficient, organized, or something that looks really good, whatever you want to build. Building itself is straightforward, but the slanted roofs may give you some problems. These roofs do not snap to each other, so you'll have to build the corner pieces on every single square to get the slanted roofs. Don't worry though, after you place your roof, to save material you can remove the corners by opening the build menu and pressing C to disassemble. You'll get all your resources back, and this can be done with any structure, bench, or building that you ever place. Once you have your starting shack, you'll want to level up the base. You can go to the PAL box and press V, which will tell you what you need to level it up. To deploy a PAL, you'll need to capture one if you haven't done so already. For your first capture, I recommend a lamb ball or chickpea. Either one will do for now. And to deploy them, you'll go back to the PAL box and drag them down to the very bottom. And once you follow the prompts and level the base up a few times, you'll eventually get to level 5, where you will unlock the berry plantation, the ranch, and a parachute. The parachute you'll use for exploration. The ranch is going to use the lamb ball and the chickpea to generate wool and eggs. And then the berry plantation, you will need a PAL to plant, water, and harvest your crops. For planting, either a leaf monk or gamasse will do the job. For watering, I recommend a tephant or pinglet. And for now, your chickpea will harvest while it's not grazing on the ranch. After building your base, you are at least level 5 up to this point, so what do you put your stat points into? In the very early game, you'll want stamina, which is used for swimming, climbing, dodging, and swinging your club around like the caveman you are. So by level 15, I had put 10 points into stamina, giving me a flat 200, and 2 points into HP, giving me 700, and then 2 points into my carry capacity, putting it up to 400. You can level it as you see fit. This is just what I did and recommend. If you find this video helpful, go ahead and leave a comment and subscribe for more Palworld content. Now for levels 6 through 10, we're going to break these down by level because they get a little more complex, and it's just easier to break it down this way. At level 6, you'll want to unlock the Statue of Power and the PAL Gear Workbench. With the Statue of Power, you can increase your capture power by exploring the map and finding leaf monk statues that are lying around. They're just these green statues on pedestals. Also, at the Statue of Power, you can increase your PAL stats here with souls that you gather from around the world or by killing specific PALs. The PAL Gear Workbench we'll use later on for extra utility from your PALs. At level 7, you're going to get the logging site and the digging site. When PALs work on these, they'll generate lumber and stone. For the digging site, you'll want a rush ore. All they can do is mine, and they will constantly generate stone when they aren't taking a break. For the logging site, a good starting choice is the Deer, as he has level 2 in logging. Level 8, you'll need the Crusher for your next base upgrade. It's also great for generating those blue stones you need for PAL spheres. You'll also want the Daydream's necklace. If you haven't, you should capture a Daydream by now, at least 3 of them. It's a dark type PAL, so you'll have to go looking for them at night. At level 9, you're going to get the hot springs and sandbags. The hot spring is to de-stress your PALs doing manual labor, like your rush ore and the Deer. The sandbag is for defending your base in a raid. Assigned PALs will just stay here and be at the ready. Level 10. At level 10, we've got a lot to do, a lot to unlock, and a good bit to talk about here. So, once you do hit level 10, go ahead and grab the 3-shot bow, primitive furnace, nails, and the feathered headband. You're going to need the bow and the headband for boss fights that we're going to take on. We'll talk about those in a sec. As for the furnace and the nails, it's your introduction into mining. And to run the furnace, you're going to need to capture a fire type, either a Rudy or a Fox Parks, if you haven't done so already. Also, when you got the time, I'd recommend getting a second rush ore. So you can have the one at base mining at the digging site, and then one that you can carry with you to go out into the world and gather ores with. And to do that with him, you're going to need his saddle. You'll ride on him, and then you'll just charge attack into the ore. Now, as for those boss fights, once you have your armor, your bow, and the arrows that you're going to need, we need a few pals before we can go on one of these fights. Now, I'm going to recommend a setup for you. You can ignore it, do whatever you want with it, but here's what I got for you. You're going to need a Nox, 3 Daydreams, and a Hookertease. All 3 of these pals are dark types, and here's why. The 3 Daydreams are going to follow you around with the Daydreams necklace that you made a while ago, hopefully, and they'll attack the boss once it's in range. Nox is going to give you dark type damage on top of your normal damage when he is deployed and fighting with you. And then Hookertease is going to increase the attack power of all 4 of these pals just by sitting in your party. Once you have all 4 of them, or all 5 of them, in your party, we'll then level them up a bit by fighting 3 world bosses. The order doesn't matter, you can fight them in any order you like. But you'll want to fight Chilette, Gamas, and Sweepa. They're all level 11. I know you're only level 10 at this stage, but you should be able to take them. All 3 of these guys have just a little over 1000 HP. You should be okay though. Now once you've beaten all 3 of these bosses, each one is going to give you an ancient tech point, as well as some other dropped items that you'll need later on. At this point, you could also take on the tower boss fight if you're willing to do so. But as for your ancient tech points, I recommend go ahead and spending those, because they don't have any other use, and snagging yourself the egg incubator and the small food bag. The incubator is going to hatch any eggs that you found while exploring, and the food bag is going to give you a food slot in your inventory for your character to just auto eat, so you don't have to fill yourself up by hand anymore. And that is going to get you through your first 10 levels of Palworld. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll be sure to answer them.